Hello, everybody. It's meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you on this absolutely stunningly gorgeous, beautiful, mostly sunny kind of day. And it does look like we'll have a tale of two sides of coins as we head through the holiday weekend. Your forecast details are coming up right now. You're watching Hutch's Weather.
Now, a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, thanks to my fine sponsors out there, and I got to thank you for your trust in Hutch's Weather as always. And you know what else I thank you for? For being such a huge cheerleader to the Hutch's Weather Kid program, like my friends at Luther Family Ford here. And make sure you tune in at 4:30. That's just, 33 and a half short minutes away, when I will get to introduce you to Mulan Fenbula from Centennial Elementary School. Mulan, I cannot wait. All right, we'll be doing weather from the showroom floor at Luther Family Ford, so be sure you tune in. Let's take a look at your forecast now as we go through the evening. We're enjoying some sunshine across the valley today, and as you want to see what Mother Nature is cooking up, pay attention to this. As you look across Minnesota and our area, very quiet conditions, but look what's going on in the Big Sky Country, Butte, Montana, showers and thunderstorms. Low pressure developing in the Rockies. Really is going to be the story all the way through the holiday on Memorial Day. Wave after wave of systems moving out of the Rockies will continue to bring chances of rain, but not to all of us. So let's go through the next 48 hours, shall we, as we go through the overnight tonight and into the morning on Friday. Showers, clouds move into southeast Montana. We're talking Baker. Hi, Cheryl Johnson. Good to have you on from Park Rapids, Rapid City, all the way down into northern and central parts of the state of Nebraska. And that's how we begin the Friday morning time frame. So we could see some showers near Lemon, South Dakota, Hettinger, all the way out towards maybe Miles City, Montana, and pushing out towards Great Falls and the Fort Peck Reservoir area out in Montana. For us here in the valley, very quiet weather continues for your Friday morning, and that's how it stays all day because these showers will stay south, everybody. Eastern South Dakota, a wet day. Clouds, showers in southwest North Dakota means a wet day, and also a much cooler day, as you'll see as we analyze the temperatures coming up here in just a bit. That's Friday through the morning hours of 10 o'clock, and the rain showers continue heavy at times through Sioux Falls, through Sioux City, Mitchell, South Dakota, on into Omaha, Nebraska, and the western reaches of Omaha, and that's the regional picture. Notice not much in our area, although the clouds will be skirting our southern North Dakota counties, therefore a little bit cooler for your area. Now, let's head into Saturday, shall we, as we see a nice break in weather systems to begin the day in the morning, and it will still be cooler, but the clouds breaking just a bit, allowing a little bit more in the way of sunshine for early on Saturday. Saturday looks great until late. I'll say that again. Saturday, great until late. Clouds, showers, and thunder showers start developing in about the same spot. So western South Dakota, southwestern North Dakota have a chance at more clouds, more showers, cooler temperatures into the afternoon and evening hours. And a repeat performance, believe it or not, as we head into the holiday on Memorial Day itself. So that's a look at our forecast. If you do have a question, drop it in the comments here, but let's go ahead and take a peek at a couple of things. All of the rain of the last 7 days, and we'll go ahead and review this from the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network. Really, the last 7 days do not include the system that hit the prior weekend, that one bringing upwards of 4 to 5 inches, maybe even as many as 6 inches in some places. So some portions from the Lake Sakakawea area south into Grant County had over 7 inches of rain over the last 8 days. Now, the brand new monitor, the drought monitor, came out today, and there was only modest improvement in the area of western North Dakota, but was improvement nonetheless. So what we see here, the yellow area of abnormally dry air or ground has shrunk back just a little bit, and the area that is under extreme drought has shrunk out of parts of Divide County and out into Dunn County and pushed back into Golden Valley and Billings County considerably. This does not include some of the rain that we had the last 3 days, another soggy period of time for our area. So some market improvement across the area as we went through. Same thing goes for parts of Montana, out at least in the eastern part of the state, where we're seeing a decrease a little bit in some of the abnormally dry areas as well as the moderate drought areas. But look at this, from Glendive, Montana, right here in Divide County, all the way up into that Fort Peck area near the reservoir. That's where we continue to see severe drought conditions, extreme drought in the central Rockies of the state of Montana do continue. And for our viewers up here in the the land of 10,000 lakes. Some beautiful rain has shrunk the area of the abnormally dry. So basically, the Twin Cities and much of southern Minnesota seeing improvement. We still have some severe drought showing up here from near the headwaters up in parts of Hubbard County and on into southern Beltrami County through that Walker area and the Grand Rapids area. Also, northwestern parts of Minnesota, not seeing much rain for the last 72 hours or more, and that contributes to that. So that's a summary of that. Now let's take a look at your forecast, shall we, as we go through. For the night tonight, the coldest of the air shifts off to the east. Most of us rise and shine with temperatures 40 to 45 degrees. For your fabulous Friday, it looks absolutely stunning across the valley. Where we've been dry, I think we'll see 70 degrees in places like, let's go for Kennedy. Let's go for the Kitson County areas out west, and that does include you folks in Hallock. 72 for Grand Forks. 68 is great in the FM area. Showers and cool showers at that will limit temperatures to the mid and upper 40s across western South Dakota, southwest parts of North Dakota, as well as parts of the Big Sky country of Montana. Now the 7-day planner looks like this as we get right down to it. Friday, fantastic. 68 is great. A little bit of a setback on Saturday, a little bit more in the way of clouds along the South Dakota border late in the day. Sunday, I can't rule out a few sprinkles in the far, far south once again. And then as we head into next week, look at this. Temperatures returning to normal or above normal. I should call it average or above average heading into the middle toward the end of next week with 75 to 80 degrees by Wednesday and Thursday. I will preface this by saying that the American model says it's going to rain into the middle of next week for South Dakota and our Southern Valley counties again. I'll be watching that closely, but there is an increased amount of uncertainty in the forecast out here towards days 5, 6, and 7. Keep that in mind as you're getting your forecast information this week, and we'll keep you up to date with the latest on that. Here is where the holiday weekend will bring us some interesting weather. Here's your hometown snapshot forecast. 65 to 70 degrees here in the valley on Saturday. Still nice rain-cooled weather out to the west. That includes Bismarck, Dickinson, Medora, Glendive, and all the way up into the oil patch for the Williston area. Look at Rapid City, cool and crisp 50s there. How about Sunday? Remember, a little bit of a break, but still another system late making its way out of the Rockies will bring a chance of rain, keeping things in the 50s again for the same area. But here, wow, the valley's still looking good. And look at the warmth here in the 70 to 75 degree range for the northern one half of the state of Minnesota. A little bit of a cool pocket, not a hot pocket, not to be confused with one of those things. This is a cool pocket right here, and that's in Lakes Country with a few more clouds. This model saying there might be a couple of showers in those areas. I don't think it'll be too widespread. Then as we take a look at your Memorial Day itself, it looks like a wonderful day to remember those who have served our nation. Memorial Day, it looks fantastic. Still wet and still cooler as we look off towards western parts of South Dakota. Angel, thanks for the comment here. What does mid-week next week look going through the lower North Dakota to Glendive and then Missoula? So as you go into the middle of next week, I'll get to your question here right now. But first, I do want to summarize with a look at the rainfall amounts. With 3 days of rain out in western South Dakota, we're going to see some areas with 1 to 2 inches of rain, some with a little bit more in parts of South Dakota spreading into Nebraska. And in eastern Montana, there'll be some rain showers mainly on Friday. And again, possibly for some in far southeastern Montana as we go into Saturday night and Sunday. So yard is saturated, says Bill, in West Fargo, and Fargo looks pretty good. But next week, again, that American model is being a little feisty, and I'm not agreeing with it at this particular point. We'll have to see if I'll have to put some more chips in the ante pile. Let's get to your question, though, as we take a look there. Thanks so much, Angel, for asking the question. Bonnie saying, beautiful day here in Bemidji, and I couldn't agree more right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with this planning forecast, and I'm going to use the European model because that's one I'm going to put a little bit more weight in when it comes to this extended forecast. And Angel was asking just a little bit about the middle of next week. So let's go right here. This is a look at Saturday, Sunday. Here's Wednesday. Now we're warming up. High pressure over much of the Great Lakes region means a return to southerly flow across our area. Scattered showers and storms, but only in South Dakota on this particular day. Now, as we go into Wednesday night, look how dry it is through that path. Thursday, more of the same. High pressure in controlled situation. High pressure causes some sinking of air, keeping things high and dry and a lot of sunshine. Not necessarily super hot, but certainly less in the chances of rain department here as we go through Thursday at about 1 in the afternoon. Heading into Friday, more of the same. A lot of very quiet weather here Wednesday through Saturday of next week. So it looks really quiet on the European model. I'm going to switch this puppy around just to highlight those differences I was speaking of on the American model. Let's get the date out here towards Wednesday again. So midweek, here's Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at the unsettled weather just continuing to pour out of the Rockies and bringing rain chances here to the valley. Not so much out into Minnesota, or excuse me, central Montana here. On Friday, though, this model does have another little weather maker pushing its way quickly through the southern Rockies of Montana, down there by the Beartooths and the Bitterroots mountains there. So keep that in mind. There is some differences between the models, Angel, but that's the way it looks to Hutch here on this version of Hutch's Weather. Thanks again to each and every one of you who have taken the time to, well, just support Hutch with passing the word along to friends and family that Hutch is out here doing some weather and continuing to do that. So thank you very much. And I'm also wanting to thank those schools out there that have invited me in to have a visit with the classroom. So pardon my eyeballs here while I take a look, and I'm trying to load up my latest school visit where I got a chance to visit with a wonderful group of students all the way out in Kensal, North Dakota. And what a fine young group of students at the elementary school there. Let me see if I can load this up. It doesn't look like I can. Let me see. Why is that not working? We'll do it later. Well, I do have a picture or two, so let me put that up here on the monitor up top. Okay, so we had a chance to talk about a lot of weather out there in Kensal, North Dakota out there. A lot of rain making its way through that area as well. And here is a look at our fun that we had in the class talking about rain and clouds and moisture. And boy, we've seen a lot of that lately. So thanks again to all of you who have done that. Now I want to remind you once again, Hutch's Weather Kid coming up here in just a few moments from the showroom floor at Luther Family Ford. Cannot wait to introduce you to Mulan. And I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to watch it. And give Mulan a big pat on the back for a job that she's going to work very hard to get done right for you. Gorgeous here in Minot, Brenda says. After that rain, I imagine things are greening up quite nicely. Deb, good to have you on board on the YouTube channel. And again, I want to remind you a couple of new things on hutchesweather.com, which is a one-stop shopping for all weather needs. But it's not just weather anymore, folks. So I'm going to take you to the website. And we're going to take a peek at what's going on the page here because we've added a couple of new features, bells and whistles. We've tested the email things, and if you want to get email notifications from Hutch when active weather is going on, go ahead and put this up with your email address and sign up. We also have right above my head here a feature now that allows you to change your location. So let's say you're traveling and it's giving you the forecast because you're in Montana, Angel, and you want to look and see what's going on in Fargo. You go right above my head, switch your location to Fargo, and shazam, all the warnings, watches, and updates will be there for the Fargo area as well. So you got the interactive radar, and I said one-stop shopping, but it's not just for weather anymore, folks. Check this out. My latest video, I'm live right now. That's the one you'll see if you click there. Here's where you sign up to be a Weather Kid, pardon me, and you also can watch the Weather Kid videos like Mulan's here shortly when she is done doing the weather. Now let's take a look at your video upload section here. You can view the gallery. You can also upload your photos. A nonprofit that's near and dear to my heart is the For Love of Dog Rescue, because a furry friend of mine came right from there, and I adopted Pedro from the For Love of Dog Rescue. Please take a look at some puppies there. Consider adopting a dog from a rescue, and well, consider giving in any way, volunteering if you can. You can find out more by clicking there on the For Love of Dog Rescue page. And here is another piece of new news for you. I said news because inews.tv is maintaining an active, updated breaking news stories all day long, 7 days a week. Check out what's going on Hutch's Weather with the latest in news right here, brought to you by my friends at inews.tv. So you can get all the latest news and weather right here on hutchesweather.com as we continue to grow and expand. More exciting announcements coming up. But for now, have a wonderful weekend. Brenda, thank you. Angel, thank you. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. If I don't see you until next time, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson, thanking the now over 62,000 followers on Facebook. If you've not done so, please, please, please click the follow button on my Facebook page. That does help Hutch grow. And also, I'd love to have you subscribe on YouTube as well. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk again very soon.